Hello guys, welcome to the first video of your online course. So herein we completed our first 3 units that is being displayed just now on the screen for your Java programming subject. So let us immediately start with the fifth unit, that is the GUI programming. So here in the fifth unit you will study about the three parts. First one is the GUI programming with Swing, second one is event handling, and third one is a simple Swing application, that is applet. Okay, so major of your JNTH programs belonging to this fifth unit, and you can experience it later on, right? Let us immediately start with the Swing. So here in this Swing tutorial you will learn about how to use Swing, and what is the disadvantage of AWT that make us to use the Swing. First of all, let us see what is Swing. So here the Swing is a part of Java Foundation classes, JFC it is been called as. So here the JFC is used to create window based applications. So this window based application, this JFC, is built on the top of AWT. AWT we can spell it in a long way as abstract windowing toolkit. It's an API, that is application program interface, which is entirely written in Java language. So in general to say, unlike AWT, when we compare, Swing provides platform independent behavior, as that what your Java behaves like, and it provides lightweight components, right? I hope you remember about a thread. A thread is a lightweight process when compared to the original process, right? Okay, so this Swing will be available in the package called as javax.swing package. So here in this API we will find some options like J button, J text field, J text area, J radio button, etc. These are all the classes. These are all the classes within the Swing hierarchy. Let us see immediately difference between the AWT and Swing. So these are the differences between AWT and Swing. The first difference, you can see that AWT components are platform dependent. So they are dependent on each type of operating system what you have being used in your system. So once the program is created in different system, it will run and execute only in that system, or it will not execute in another system, like what you experienced in the lab practically when I shown you for the first unit and explained to you about the feature of Java features, one of the features of Java, that is platform independence. So when I compare with AWT and Swing, Swing components are platform independent. Second one is, we can see AWT components are heavyweight. So when I was teaching multi-threading, I told you the process is heavyweight process. Creating a process is very heavyweight. It means it require more number of resources, time, memory, etc. When compared to the thread, it is a lightweight process. So in the same way, Swing components, if I want to create, they are all lightweight process. It means it can be easily created. Third one, AWT does not support a pluggable look and feel. So oppositely, Swing supports a pluggable look and feel. Don't worry guys about these words what are being spoken right now, pluggable look and feel. I will just explain further in the upcoming videos, right? AWT provides less components than the Swing. When compared, Swing provides more powerful components such as tables, list, scroll panels, color chooser, tabbed pen, etc. I will come to know all about these in the next upcoming videos. So the fifth and the last comparison, AWT does not allow or follow MVC. MVC means model view controller. Herein we can say model, it represents the data, view represents the presentation, controller act as an interface between the model and the view. We will come to know more about MVC just the next topic in the next video, right? So when we compare with the AWT, Swing follows MVC model, right? So earlier when I started with the Swing introduction, we talked about JFC, that is here you can see JFC, Java Foundation classes. So here is explanation for what is Java Foundation class. So these are the set of GUI components which simplify the development of desktop applications. On the desktop you can see many more applications like whatever that you used in your Windows or else whatever operating system you are using. So these are all being produced using the Java Foundation classes, right? So next we will see about the hierarchy of Java Swing classes. So in the hierarchy of Java Swing classes, as we know, object is the superior class of all the classes. So component class is going to inherit object. So component is being inherited by two more classes called as container and JComponent. Further, when I compare, JComponent is having some more subclasses like JLabel, JList, JTable, JComboBox, JSlider, JMenu, and JAbstraction. There is one subclass for abstract button, that is JButton, right? So when I see or look over at the container, so container is having another more two subclasses called as a window and a panel. So in the panel we have a subclass called as an applet. So under window we do have a subclass called as a frame and dialog. So if ever I want to create any window, I can use either the frame class, that is can be inherited or can be object can be created, or else I can use the dialog class. So everything it comes under the class called as component, right? So whenever I do create any GUI application, I will use the component class, right? So let us see what are the commonly used methods in the component class. So the component class consists of four methods, that is add, set size, set layout, and set visible. Add will help me to add a component within another component. Set size will help me to get the size of the component, or it will set the size of the component. Set layout will help me to utilize the layout manager and sets me the size of the component, or something to say like axis. It may be either x-axis or it may be either y-axis. So set visible will help me to make my component to be visible. It will accept the boolean value, that is either true or false. Let me see an example. So mainly there are two ways that we can create a frame. So first one is by creating the object of the frame class, that is using association, or by extending the frame class. Extending means what? It is something like inheritance. I'm going to inherit the frame class. So in the both the way, it is what a frame class is going to be utilized. So let us see one simple example wherein we will see the first way of creating a frame using the Java Swing. So I'm going to give the name of the file as a first swing example. So here I'm importing the package javax.swing dot star. So the star will help me to get all the files under the swing class, right? So package swing. Okay. So I'm giving the class name as the first swing example. So here in I'm creating the object within the main method. So one thing I just forgotten to say, that we can write the code of a swing inside the main method, or else either in the constructor or in any of the method that you have been created, right? Okay. So here in the main method I'm going to create the object of the JFrame, that is okay. So what we discussed here, frame class. So we are going to create object of the frame class, right? So I'm creating first the object of the frame class. So using jframe space f is equal to new, that is space again jframe, constructor call is been made. So here and I'm creating instead of jframe. So next I'm going to create the class of jbutton. Jbutton comes under the hierarchy here under the abstraction. You can see abstract button, here you can say abstract button, jbutton will come. So jframe will comes under the frame class. So since we have imported the package javax.swing, so everything is being imported, so right. So herein I'm creating the object jframe and jbutton. So I'm using the reference variable b to set the boundaries for the button that I'm going to create. So herein I'm passing the value within the constructor call as a click. So for that button, click will be displayed, right? So boundaries I'm going to set as 130 100. So 130 represents the x-axis, 100 represents the y-axis, next 100 represents the width of the button, and 40 represents the height. Next I'm going to use the f reference variable, which is an object, which is a reference variable of the object jframe. So I'm going to use this to add up a frame, that is adding the button. So adding the button within the frame, I'm going to add the b is the reference variable used for the object j button. So I'm going to add the button within the frame. So next I'm going to set the size. So previously we discussed about the four methods within the component class. So I'm going to use those four methods. So I'm going to set the size. So the size of the frame will be 400 by 500. 400 is the width and 500 is the height. So I'm going to set the layout as null, as I'm not going to use any layout managers here. So further, don't worry, we are going to use the layout managers. I will be explaining for the next part of the video. So next I'm going to use the set visible. So here I'm going to make it as a true, since I want to make the frame visible. So once I do execute this, you can see or find out the output in this way. So I'm going to get a window or a frame, and then a button will be created, which is named as a click on the right. So this is the first video, right? So the next video we will see about the MVC model. So guys, be in home, stay safe, be blessed.